Our Call for Action team is live tonight, taking your consumer complaints and getting you results. Make sure to stick with us throughout the evening for our telethon.
Plus, the Biden administration reclassifying cannabis, what it could mean for the drug moving forward. And later, the Madison School District releasing its proposal for the 24-25 preliminary budget, what they're asking to do. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 6. And we begin this evening with our Call for Action Call-a-thon. Our volunteers are standing by to help you with any consumer issues you might have. Now, they have helped hundreds of people over the years, and now it's your chance to have them help you out. Let's head over to the other side of the building to our Call for Action headquarters, and that's where we find our Catherine Merck standing by live. Catherine?
Eric, that's right. We've been here since 4 o'clock. Take a look behind me. These are our volunteers working nonstop, diligently, making sure that your consumer complaints are heard. Right now, you can see volunteers are taking complaints both on the phone and online, hearing complaints from businesses, government agencies, and other entities, making sure that our consumers in our area don't get scammed out of money, don't get cheated out of what they paid for. In the first quarter of this year, our Call for Action team helped people save hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we've been covering this team all week as part of our Call for Action week. This is the grand finale here. We're having lots of folks call in, making sure that they get their voices heard when they feel voiceless in some situations. Throughout the rest of the newscast, we're going to have our team behind us continuing to take calls. Make sure to call the number on your screen right now, either on your phone. We also have online platforms, and we'll send it back over to Eric, who has another way that you can fill out a form.
That's right, Catherine. If you don't want to call in, you don't have to. If you do need to submit a complaint, simply scan this Call for Action QR code on your screen. In order to scan the code, just make sure your phone's camera is on that code. Tap the link that pops up on your screen, and that link will take you to the News 3 Now Call for Action webpage that has a form where you can file a complaint. Next at 6 to Rock County, where the Janesville Police Department says they found a body while doing a welfare check at the Janesville School District's outdoor lab today. That area was briefly evacuated during the search and was closed for a time while law enforcement conducted an investigation. At the time, some students were on a field trip to the laboratory. That trip was cut short. Police do not, though, suspect any foul play. Well, what's our storm outlook for tonight? Let's check your first warn forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Eric, that storm outlook is going down, meaning chances for thunderstorms are going down. Even out here on the patio, it's drying out. We have a breeze coming in behind this weather front coming in from the west. Radar 3000 struggled to find anything out there now. We had some showers and thunderstorms earlier that were kind of percolating and getting a bit on the stronger side, but no reports of severe weather, at least here in our area this afternoon, which is certainly good news. That one lone shower that's left there, got to chuckle a little bit, east of Whitewater, continues to dwindle on Highway 12, and I expect the continuation of that dwindling mode of any remaining shower and thunderstorm activity to push off into Lake Michigan, high and dry here in Dane County right now. 76 in Madison, 76 in McFarland. Had a great time this afternoon talking about severe weather in McFarland, so shout out to those folks. We'll get their video and pictures on TV in the coming days. 77 to the west in Cross Plains, and a 78 in the Wisconsin River Valley in Sauk City. 76 in Boscobel, and a 71 to the north in Camp Douglas. Gorgeous afternoon across southern Wisconsin. This cold front out ahead of it had some dry air, and that dry air warms up a little bit and it cools down pretty nicely as well. We'll see the temperatures dipping into the 40s to near 50 tonight. Could be looking at a little bit of patchy fog for Madison and points off towards the east. Then we start a stretch of 80-degree weather. How long that stretch of 80-degree weather lasts and when can you expect strong storms again? I'll talk about that in Maine weather in a couple of minutes.
All right, Alex, thank you. The Biden administration is reclassifying cannabis as a lower risk substance. This is after 50 years of the drug being classified alongside drugs like heroin and ecstasy. Our Maddie Himes joins us now with more. Maddie?
Eric, drugs in that classification are defined as having no accepted medical use and with high potential for abuse. Supporters of the move say that definition just doesn't hold true when it comes to cannabis. The new rule will redefine the substance as one that has moderate to low potential for physical and psychological dependence. I spoke with State Senator Melissa Agard about the ruling. She says it's bigger than just cannabis.
Cannabis-related offenses have an unequal impact on people of color in our nation. And here in Wisconsin, it's pretty egregious. So this is going to provide us an opportunity to certainly roll up our sleeves and ensure that we have more justice and fairness.
This all comes after President Biden asked the Department of Health and Human Services and the Justice Department to examine the original classification in which the HHS concluded that there was some, quote, credible scientific support that marijuana could be used effectively in certain medical situations. Now, the reclassification won't take immediate effect. A 60-day period will allow officials to make a final determination this summer.
Maddie, thank you. Vice President Kamala Harris was in Milwaukee today, marking her 4th visit to the state this year. The VP was back in the state. It's part of the nationwide economic opportunity tour for the campaign. During her visit, the vice president announced $300,000 to bolster home buying counseling efforts here in Wisconsin. She also sat down with comedian and radio host D.L. Hughley to talk about what the current administration is doing to help create housing, jobs, and also investing in small businesses. Tonight, some of the major stakeholders behind the push to redraw the state's legislative districts are meeting here in Madison. It's part of an annual meeting for the Wisconsin Democracy Campaign, set to cover what the future of redistricting will look like. This comes after one win by advocates as the state Supreme Court threw out existing districts earlier this year. Some are still pushing for a fairer process to draw new districts. The Madison Metropolitan School District released its proposal for the 2024-2025 preliminary budget this week. As it stands, it would cut property taxes by 11%. That's without adding a referendum to the ballot this fall, but that is an option the board is still considering. Our Braden Ross joins us now to break it down. Braden?
Yeah, what's important to note here, this is all still up in the air. The budget proposal presented to the board this week is just a suggestion. The final budget isn't actually due until July 1st, but the board will also have to decide if they're going to ask the community for more money this fall. The current proposal would cut spending by more than $2 million, but board member Nikki Vandermeulen worries losing that funding could make it hard to pay teachers what they deserve.
If we do go and ask for our community, we do it not because we want to take advantage. We do it because our hands are tied and we're asking as a member of the community to help support us so we can support their children in the education and manner that they so deserve.
Now, she says a referendum could make some of that funding up, but she also hopes state government could help close the gap, too. In April, 93 school districts across the state of Wisconsin had referenda on their ballots. Only 56 of those, that's around 60%, were actually approved by voters.
Braden, thank you. Tonight at 10, the second part of our series, Love in the Public Domain, will air. The series focuses on Joe Gow, the former UW lacrosse chancellor, ousted for his participation in online pornography. Allison Forgot sat down with Gow and his wife, Carmen Wilson, and tonight they'll talk about how their lives have changed since the initial story broke. After essentially going viral, they are getting a lot more attention when they go out into their community. At first it was overwhelming, but it has become easier to deal with. While months later the couple still can't go out without people taking note, they say the court of public opinion has mostly been on their side.
When we see people out in the community and they say, fight the good fight, we think, we're behind you. That's really refreshing.
But not everyone has had a positive reaction. They say even some of their family members are still struggling with it. And tonight at 10, the series will explore how it's impacted their families and how their relationship with the university has changed. A major environmental impact can be made simply by finding more sustainable ways to get around. That's what Greater Madison MPO discovered after seeing the results of its round-trip spring roll challenge from last month. Now, this program encouraged people to use sustainable options to get to work and for running errands like public transit, bikes, walking, carpooling. Just 157 people participated, but they did cut back their carbon dioxide emissions by over 7 tons. Just goes to show how a little effort goes a long way.
That equals about 8 acres of forests growing for an entire year. And so that was the impact of 157 people. So if we can double or triple as we continue to do these challenges, that impact is going to grow and grow and grow.
And you can learn more at roundtripgreatermadison.org. Coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, time is running out for our Call for Action Call-a-thon. We'll check back in with how you can get help from our team.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
At Gruber Law Offices, we know how to win. Real cases, real results. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Get all the latest looks for less during Steinhoffel's Memorial Day sale. Save big on hundreds of closeouts and bonus buys, like this dining table now $3.99. A queen beauty rest mattress $3.99. A queen bed just $6.49. Or this sofa bonus buy priced at only $7.99. Get all this and more for a low monthly payment when you take advantage of Steinhoffel's 60-month financing. The Memorial Day sale, only at Steinhoffel's and steinhoffels.com.
Rider chips. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your home renewal with 2-for-1 windows and no interest for 1 year. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
We've been everywhere. We've coated patios, pool decks, basements, hospitals, warehouses, machine sheds, restaurants, retail stores, showrooms, locker rooms. We've been everywhere. Driveways, walkways, man caves, churches, schools, airports, hotels, and garages. If it's concrete, TSR will coat it.
News 3 Now, winner of 27 awards of excellence from the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association, including News Operation of the Year and Station of the Year.
We'll continue to strive for excellence every day to bring you the area's best local news coverage. News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. If you feel you've been scammed or cheated, our Call for Action Call-a-thon is answering questions on your behalf. Right now, our volunteers are standing by to take your calls, get your stories out there. And we check back in once again with Catherine Merck live from the Call for Action Center. Catherine?
Eric, that's right. We've been here since 4 o'clock taking consumer complaints. And I want to highlight some of the other ways that our team of volunteers here have created opportunities for you to be able to get in touch with them. Right now on our website at channel3000.com/call-for-action, we have an online form where you can detail your consumer issue. And one of our team members is standing by right now, actively looking at those complaints and getting in touch with people. We're also going to send it back to you, Eric, who has a QR code that you can scan on your screen right now and get more information on our folks. We'll send it back to the studio.
That's right, Catherine. Again, not everybody wants to call in, but if you do have a complaint you'd like to submit, you can scan this Call for Action QR code. In order to scan the code, make sure you have your phone's camera on. Tap the link that pops up, and that link will take you to the News 3 Now Call for Action webpage that has a form where you can file a complaint you might have. One of Madison's most traveled roads is facing some backups today. It's due to a construction project, East Washington Avenue, down to 1 lane for westbound traffic. That's between Stoughton Road and North Fair Oaks Avenue. The road is being repaved starting today. Construction is expected to continue through 7 a.m. on Monday, May 20th. The city of Madison says to expect delays there and is urging motorists to take Stoughton Road to Highway 30, then get back onto East Washington from there. Well, after the break, we'll go back to the Call for Action Call-a-thon, and we'll meet some of our volunteers, how they can help you with your consumer issues. And we could get an early taste of summer by the time we hit the weekend. Alex is back. A complete look at his forecast after a short break.
Sit pretty with spring savings at the Century House. Get $200 off all stressless recliners and ottomans, classic power-based recliners, home office chairs, and each seat of a stressless sofa, love seat, or sectional. Plus, get 10% off the new stressless Sky mattress and $50 off each stressless Laurel or Mint dining chair. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative. With 95 cents of every dollar donated, going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
What's at the top of your home improvement list? Did you say better home insulation? Because better insulation makes everything you do in your home better. Even just walking in the front door on a hot day. So get ready for summer now with USA Premium Foam. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. Call now for $1,200 off whole home insulation plus a $1,200 tax credit. But that ends May 31st.
USA Insulation.
My son, Nick, took illicit fentanyl, which cost him his life. And knowing that my son is never coming back is the worst thing that I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Tammy Baldwin's been with us every step of the way. She just got a major bill passed to really crack down on fentanyl. She doesn't just talk the talk, but she actually walks the walk.
I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Tammy Baldwin fighting this fight.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The News 3 Now Call for Action Call-a-thon still going strong, answering your consumer questions. Our team of volunteers has helped hundreds of people get results, and it could be you next. The volunteers really make it all happen. Let's check back in with Catherine for more from our Call for Action Center. Catherine?
Eric, when our community calls members of our Call for Action team, they're entrusting them with a lot of their personal information and giving them information about what they can do to make their lives better. So today, we're kind of pulling back the curtain a little bit about the team that works here. And I'm joined here by one volunteer, Melissa, who's going to explain a little bit about what she does. Thanks for being a part of our phone-in today.
Happy to do it.
So tell me a little bit about what made you want to join our Call for Action team overall.
I mean, I've saw what you do to help consumers, and I just wanted to be a part of that. I love problem solving, and so it's a great fit for me.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about some of the problems that you've uncovered as a Call for Action volunteer.
Sure. We aired a case this week about Dean Medica, where they're, overcharging consumers. And so we're actively working on that. We've had two complaints come in since that story aired, and I assume we'll probably get some more, and hopefully we can get these problems solved.
Absolutely. Melissa's talking about a case that we actually aired on Monday that she worked with me a little bit on getting in touch with the victim that was a part of this case. And a lot of people were reaching out to us after saying that they had a similar issue. We reached out to the companies themselves and they were able to get us a response. Tell me a little bit about what that feels like to be able to help people and get them where they need to go.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to just use the power of television to be able to reach out to businesses who maybe they wouldn't talk to the consumer, but they'll talk to us. And yeah, a lot of times they're happy to resolve it.
So throughout the day, we've been getting conversations with people sharing their consumer complaints.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing you on the phone talking to people. Yep. For those people reaching out to us, what are the biggest things you want them to know to make sure that we can get their case heard?
Sure. I mean, if you just call tonight and just, your name and phone number and a little bit about what's going on, we can always, dig into the details later. So if you don't have all your paperwork in order, it's okay. You can go ahead and call and, you'll still have some time to get those details.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being part of this today.
Yeah, thank you, Catherine.
And we're going to be here throughout the rest of our newscast this afternoon. And then we also have online platforms where you can fill out forms to be able to get in touch with a member of our Call for Action team. And we're going to send it back over to Eric, who has more information on that.
That's right, Catherine. For those that don't want to call in but would like to submit a complaint, you can do this after our show ends here at 6:30. You can scan this QR code. In order to scan the code, have the phone's camera. You may know how to do this by now. Tap that link that pops up. That link will take you to the News 3 Now Call for Action webpage. Has the form on there that you need to file a complaint. No complaints in weather now that storm chances have kind of cleared out. Here's Alex with more.
No, not indeed. Look at the temperature out here we have right now, 76 degrees. You see those cumulus clouds on the east side of the Capitol, cumulus congestus clouds, a couple of them, meaning they're trying to build up, but they're fizzling because our dew point is so low. That's one of the factors we need for widespread thunderstorms. When the dew points are in the low 50s, it's pretty dry. So we were struggling a bit with that moisture out there for widespread showers and storms, which nothing here on radar 3000 in Dane County. Zooming on out, you got to go way off off to the east now, off towards Lake Michigan for a couple showers and thunderstorms, and that's where those showers and storms will stay for the rest of this evening. Rainfall estimates, if you were lucky to get a shower just south of Madison, was in McFarland today. They were right on the edge of that shower, just south of McFarland, down towards Stoughton and Oregon. Maybe you snuck just a little bit more, just a tiny little strip there of anywhere between 9/10 and 1/10 of an inch of rain. Another one up over portions of Columbia County. Otherwise, most places staying high and dry. And there we go, future track kicking those remaining showers out across Lake Michigan for the rest of the evening. Now let's fast forward to Friday morning. 51 in Madison, 50 in Lone Rock, a little bank of clouds off towards the east. This is that fog that may develop Madison and points to the east. Could see some fog in southwestern Wisconsin as well, but it will burn off quickly with those sunny skies and temperatures getting into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. That's day number 1 out of 3 that we'll see temperatures in the 80s. Waking up on your Saturday morning, we'll do 56. That's a warm start. Normal high temperatures for this time of year are in the 60s to near 70 degrees, and we're already on our way with that with just the low temperatures to start off Saturday morning. It'll be in the 80s again on Saturday, 80s on Sunday. Dry weather expected this weekend, so wonderful for getting outside and enjoying this little taste of summer, as Eric was mentioning before. As I step out of the way here, the next chance for showers and thunderstorms, best chances will be Monday going on into Tuesday. Some of those storms could be on the strong side as well. Temperatures stay warm Monday and Tuesday. Overnight lows near 60. That means there'll be a little bit of humidity in the air, that fuel that we need for those showers and storms to get on the stronger side. The First Warn Weather Team will be keeping an eye on that over the course of the next couple days to assess if we might need to outline any alert day conditions on Monday and Tuesday. Following that, staying relatively seasonable temperature-wise, with a few more showers Friday going on into your Saturday and the following Sunday.
And coming up in sports, it's that time of year again. Why it's an easy yes to supporting casting for kids for the Badger hockey community. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
If you're about to replace your roof, stop. There's a solution about 80% less expensive. 9 out of 10 roofs can be saved by RoofMax. Guaranteed to extend the life of your current roof by 5 to 15 years at a fraction of the cost of a new roof. RoofMax's deep penetrating power restores flexibility and water protection. Nobody wants to replace their roof. Restore it instead with RoofMax for 80% less. Call now for a free roof inspection.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Your total experience is at the island.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Get an 11% rebate on everything in Menards. Make quick work of your project with the Masterforce 80-volt cordless trimmer. It's powerful, efficient, and hassle-free, so you spend less time working on your yard and more time enjoying the results. Get one for $219.99 after rebate. Triazicide Insect Killer's fast-acting formula protects lawns, killing insects both above and below the surface. Choose from ready to spray, concentrate, or granular for $649 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The 6th annual Casting for Kids returns to Madison this Saturday for a jam-packed day. There's the fishing tournament in the morning and then happy hour dinner and the live auction later that night. Not to mention the online auction that wraps up on Sunday. And Mark Osiki has 3 goals when it comes to this event. Raise awareness, put smiles on faces, and raise funds for the American Family Children's Hospital and the UW Carbone Cancer Center. Something the hockey community is always willing to help out with.
With our ex-Badger players that are out there playing in the NHL. I mean, Joe Pavelski, Craig Smith, and Ryan Suter set a package up that's incredible. And hey, can I send you some money on that? You know, we'll pay for the jersey, just sign them and send them. Are you kidding? No. And then if I don't call them, then they get upset. So that's our hockey community. They're awesome people.
In case you missed it last night, Joe Pavelski finally found the back of the net, and he did it in typical Pavelski fashion, just making things happen in front of the net. His first goal of the playoffs gave the Stars the lead, but the Avalanche would get the win. Game 6 is Friday night. The Warhawks softball team continued their tear on the diamond. Whitewater used a 2-run first inning to push them past Bethel in their regional opener. They'll face Central College tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, the Whitewater baseball team was hanging a couple more banners ahead of their regional opener. The Warhawks added a WIAC championship and an NCAA tournament banner to their collection. Whitewater takes on Crown College tomorrow at 11 o'clock. The PGA Championship is off and running. 4-time champ Tiger Woods ready to go in the first round, and he's going to roll in a birdie on his 4th hole of the day. Woods finished with back-to-back bogeys, though. He's 1 over after 18 holes. The day, well, it belonged to Xander Schauffele. He shot a 9 under 62, matching an all-time low round in a major. He's your leader heading into the 2nd round.
And finally, you're taking a live look at our Call for Action call center. Our call-a-thon will be wrapping up in just a bit. But if you missed out, that doesn't mean you can't send in a complaint. Here's how you do it. Get help by scanning a QR code. And there it is. And that'll give you a link that'll take you to the News 3 Now Call for Action webpage. And there you'll find the form you need to file a complaint. Again, just scan it with your phone's camera. Click on the link that pops up. Let's go to Alex Arrington once again joining us. Final check of the forecast.
Beautiful evening tonight, especially for areas Madison and points to the west. Still an outside chance of a shower or a thunderstorm east of Madison, but those chances are going down and down and down. Most of those showers and storms will move out over Lake Michigan. This prepares us for a beautiful stretch of weather ahead. 80s on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so get ready to bring out the shorts and the short sleeves. Whatever you want to do outside, it's going to be a great weekend for it, although the weather will turn active as we go out into next week. We'll trade in that warm weather with a little bit more humidity and the possibility of some severe weather Monday going on into Tuesday, and then we'll turn a little cooler behind that weather pattern Monday and Tuesday. Lower 70s, but hey, this time of year, temperatures right around 70 are to be expected with some on and off shower chances by the following weekend. So all in all, when you look at the 10-day, a little bit of summer, quite a bit of spring, nice weather overall, I think.
We're definitely getting ready for summer with this weekend ahead. Alex, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6, folks. Have a great evening, and we'll be back here tonight at 10.